Good morning, students. We have started revision of all the chapters of science subject. By last class, we have completed first and second chapter. Now, in today's class, we will complete the revision of third chapter also. The title of this chapter is Fiber to Fabric. Humans wear different types of fabrics which are made up of cotton, wool, silk and synthetic fibers. What is fabric and what is fiber? Both the things we have to understand. Fabric, it is a material or an artifact, man-made material. Artifact means man-made material. Fabric is a man-made material which is made by weaving or felting or knitting natural or synthetic fibers. A fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. Fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. These yarns are made up of fibers. These yarns are made up of fibers. The thinner strands that make up the thin strands of thread are called fibers. The thinner strands that make up the thin strands of thread are called fibers. There are two types of fibers: natural fibers and synthetic or artificial fibers. Natural fibers. The fibers that are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers. Cotton and jute fibers are plant fibers. Wool and silk fibers are animal fibers. Wool, it is the fibers from the fleece of sheep or goat and from the hair of rabbits, yak and camels. Silk, these fibers are obtained from cocoon of silkworm. Wool fibers are obtained from fleece of sheep or goat and from the hair of rabbits, yak and camels. Silk fibers are obtained from cocoon of silkworm. Cocoon is a special structure that is made by the silk fibers of silkworm in order one of its life stages to be converted into another life stage. Details you will learn when you come to higher classes. Next, synthetic fibers. The fibers that are made from chemical substances. The fibers that are made from chemical substances, and these chemical substances are not obtained from plant or animal sources. So these are called synthetic fibers or artificial fibers. Examples of such fibers are polyester, nylon and acrylic. Polyester, nylon and acrylic. Coming to the details of cotton. The general uses of cotton: we will make wicks for oil lamps and even our prayers, and we use cotton to fill the mattresses, quilts or pillows, and as fibers for cotton fabric. To make cotton fabric we use cotton fibers, and as cotton wool in clinics and hospitals, and as cotton wool in clinics and hospitals. From where the cotton fibers are available? Cotton fibers are available from the fruits of cotton plants. Cotton plants are grown in black soil and warm climate. Fruits of cotton plant. Mature fruits of cotton plants are also called cotton bolls. Cotton bolls. The mature fruits of cotton plant are the cotton bolls are about a lemon size. These mature cotton bolls, they burst open, and the white cotton fibers are seen from outside. The white cotton fibers are seen from outside. The cotton field that is ready for picking means all the plants are having mature cotton bolls that were burst open. Such cotton field which is ready for picking looks like a field that is covered with snow, because snow also is white in color. Here cotton also is in white color. So cotton field that is ready for picking looks like a field covered with snow. Okay, we have harvested the cotton bolls. Now, in order to make the fabric, we need the fibers separately. Like many fruits, even cotton fruit also contain cotton seeds. Cotton fibers are present attached to these cotton seeds. So we need to separate the cotton fibers from the seeds. The process of separation of cotton fibers from the seeds by combing is called ginning. So ginning is the process of separation of cotton fibers from their seeds. Separation of cotton fibers from their seeds. How will we do it? By combing. The process of separation of cotton fibers from seeds by combing is called ginning. Earlier days, the ginning was done by using hand. Presently, by using machines, we are carrying out ginning. Next plant fiber is jute. Jute fiber is obtained from stem of jute plant. Cotton fiber is obtained from where? Fruit of cotton plant. Jute fiber is obtained from stem of jute plant. Jute is cultivated in rainy season. Other details are not given much. In India, West Bengal, Bihar and Assam are the states in which jute is cultivated more. Jute is cultivated more. In cotton, the cotton bolls are harvested once after the fruits are mature and burst open. In the case of jute, jute is harvested once the plants start to bear the flowers. Jute is harvested at flowering stage. That is, the plants start to bear the flowers. After harvesting the jute, the stems of jute are immersed in water for about a few days period. Stems of jute are immersed in water for about a period of few days. As the stems are immersed in water, they get decomposed or they become rotten. Once the stems rot, the fibers will be becoming loose and they can be separated by hand itself. Now fibers are ready both in cotton as well as in jute plants. From now onwards, we will just learn how fibers are just used to make yarn as well as fabric. Regarding jute, jute is used in making gunny bags, school bags, etc. Fibers are first converted into yarns to make fabric. A lump of or a soft mass of cotton fibers is known as cotton wool. Take such cotton wool in one hand. Using the thumb and forefinger of other hand, pinch some fibers of this cotton wool and pull them out. While pulling them out, you don't pull it out straightly. Keep twisting them, and slowly, as you are twisting them, slowly you pull them out. Then all these fibers, thinner fibers, they will make a thin strand or yarn. So with hand you can make yarn from the fibers. By which process? By twisting them. So this process of making yarn from fibers by twisting them is known as spinning. What is spinning? The process of making yarn from fibers by twisting them is called spinning. The devices or the instruments used for spinning are hand spindle or takli, charka. These two are operated by hand only. And using these two devices, we can make less amount of yarn only. The charka has got some significance. During independence movement, charka was used by our Jatipita Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi encouraged people to wear cloths made of homespun cotton. Mahatma Gandhi encouraged people to wear cloths made of homespun yarn, and he encouraged people to shun, that is to avoid imported cloth made in the mills of Britain. But in those days, due to lesser population, homespun yarn and fabrics might be sufficient. But now, for increased population, if the fabric has to be made from homespun yarn, it will be becoming difficult. So for large scale spinning machines are used now. Okay, whether handmade or homespun yarn or machine spun yarn, whatever it may be, once yarns are ready, fabric is made from yarns. Fabric is made from yarns. Fabric is made from yarns in two main processes. Fabric is made from yarns in two main processes. They are weaving and knitting. Weaving is the process of arranging two sets of yarns together. Weaving is the process of arranging two sets of yarns together to make fabric. Here it has been shown black and white sets of yarns are used, and in a zigzag manner they are arranged, crisscrossed to make the fabric. Weaving is done on looms. Looms are the special machines that are used for weaving. There are two types of looms: hand operated looms, which are also called hand looms, and power operated looms, which are also called power looms. Hand operated looms can produce lesser quantity of fabric because humans have to use their hands and do the work. Whereas power operated looms or power looms can produce large quantity of fabric. So for small scale, hand operated looms are used, and for large scale, power operated looms are used. For what purpose? For weaving purpose. Next process is knitting. In weaving, two sets of yarns are arranged together, whereas knitting, only single set of yarn is used to make fabric. Like how weaving is carried out in two ways, hand operated and machine operated. In the same way, knitting also can be done either by using hand or by using machines. Examples of fabrics that are made by weaving are saris, shirting cloths, etc. Examples of fabrics that are made by knitting are socks, woolen sweaters, etc. So, if you take a socks and try to take out an yarn from it, as you keep unraveling the yarn, you will get a lengthy yarn continuously until the socks is fully opened. So it shows that socks is made from single yarn. Coming to history of clothing material. Ancient or very old time period lived people where there was no technology, nothing. They have used bark and big leaves of trees or plants, or animal skins and fur to cover their bodies. Once the agriculture has started, the agricultural communities, they could weave twigs and grass into mats and baskets in order to make certain small storage instruments as well as sleeping devices. And they could use vines. Vines are thin thread-like plant stems. Vines, animal fleece. Animal fleece means wool of sheep, or hair of animals like rabbits, yak, and camels. They have twisted them together into long strands, which were then woven into fabric. Early Indians, they wore the fabrics that was made from the cotton, and this cotton was grown in the regions near Ganga River. In ancient Egypt, people used cotton and flax fibers to make fabrics, and these cotton and flax plants were grown near the Nile River. Longest river in the world is Nile River. Near the bank of Nile River, they have grown cotton and flax plants. Flax also is like a plant, cotton-like plant that gives natural fibers. Ancient and starting people did not stitch their fabrics. They simply draped or covered the fabrics on their bodies because there was no stitching device. Once after stitching needle was invented, a pointed structure at one end and at other end a hole is present in this stitching needle, with which people could stitch the fabrics into different shapes. Once the stitching needle was invented, stitched clothes were readily available now. Even after stitching started, unstitched fabrics that are used till today are sari, dhoti, lungi, turban, etc. So keywords, exercises, all the things, if you go through this entire notes, you can easily complete it. With this, third chapter completed.